Hard to believe that Mary J. Blige's My Life album, 30 years old. You know, you think about it. If you were a fan of her music and how that album was the second album of her career, and it just kind of hit. I mean, she did a cover of Rolls Royce's I'm Going Down, but the title track, which had like a Barry White, Curtis Mayfield type of vibe, was the big hit when she shot that video up on that hill. Mary J. Blige made a strong case for some as the most important female artist of the 90s. Could make a strong case. She was definitely influential, especially those first two records. She definitely had the queen of hip hop, soul, and R&B. She definitely had an aura about her that was definitely, in tune to so much that was happening. Now, the funny thing about her story is that while she was on Uptown Records, Andre Harrell and them, etc., she was basically a Puffy artist. And Puffy had a huge hand in her career. And his production team, the late Chucky Thompson and those cats did the bulk of the work and the samples and the loops. But make no mistake about it, she was definitely felt in the streets. She definitely had an aura about her back then. I mean, I would so much as to say I'd say about 92 to about 99 was like her peak and prime of her. Then after that it became a lot of hit songs. But that era, she almost could do no wrong, especially those first two records. But the uh, My Life album, that album that came out in 94, I remember getting it on cassette. It was like 94, people were bringing it. That was a good era of R&B because you had a lot of heavy hitters, and she held her own in a male dominant R&B field and world where you had the most important artist in R&B in the 90s and R. Kelly, and they did a duet on her next album. And you had the likes of D'Angelo, Maxwell coming along, you had Boys to Men, Babyface. You had so many people that were bringing it. TLC was hot back then, Tevin Campbell. You had some acts, Brian McKnight, Joe. I can name quite a few acts. But in her world, she really stood out. I mean, she really found a lane, and unlike, I can't really think another female artist that was a singer that tapped into hip hop like that and made it like oneness. It was like a oneness with Mary J. Blige. And that My Life album was really one of those records that was cool. It was hidden. I will go into tell you though she didn't rap per se or nothing like that. She had the beats in them, and she definitely had the aesthetic. Because she predated Lauryn Hill's thing. And Lauryn could sing and do both. And Lauryn Hill actually wrote for Mary. You know, all that I can say, which came out in '99 for Mary's fourth album. But the aesthetic, everything that predated Lauryn Hill, predated Erica Badu and others. Mary J. Blige was the one on that. And you could definitely, this particular record was probably, I would say, her peak and her prime as far as records go for her solo career. That My Life, and a lot of the songs were real catchy. And when you take into considerations the production and everything, so she definitely was in her groove with her bag of tricks at that particular time. And I often reminisce about that time period because, like I said, that was one of the last years where it's like, wow, you wanted to buy, you were buying stuff, and especially in a very competitive era where there was a lot of acts going on, she definitely made her presence felt. And it still sounds pretty good. Her and Puffy tried to get it back together 10 years later, and that record didn't hit as well. But at that time, she couldn't do no wrong, and this was her prime and her peak. That's why Mary J was definitely on the female side holding things down. With a lot of people coming, you had the Aaliyahs and the Brandys and the Monicas, and I could go on and on. But Mary J. Blige definitely was holding her own in that era. But anyway, tell me what you think and how you remember the My Life album, the Mary J. Blige era of '94, and what do you think her career has gone since? Obviously, she got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she's still touring and doing things. But how you look at her and where you think her peaks and primes was? And some people like, when she worked with Not Gonna Cry with Babyface on the Way Next Hell, which came out in '95. But like I said, she couldn't do no wrong back in the day. For a while, she was definitely on the pulse. But tell me what you think below. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another and share the videos if you care. hit that membership because when you do the visual requests, I bring them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.